Hey everybody, welcome back to my Bake Like a Pro YouTube channel. So as promised, I am back with my ingredients that we're going to continue on with to make the pizza dough with the Poolish recipe in a previous video. So if you want to see the Poolish video recipe, I'll put a link to that at the end of this video and also underneath the video in the description box. So that video was very quick. We made the Poolish, and now we are going to use these ingredients to finish off that Poolish and turn it into an amazing pizza dough. So to create our pizza dough, I have 250 grams of pizza/bread flour, 80 grams of hot water, and 14 grams of salt. And I'll put all of that information on screen in cups and teaspoons. So let's get on with the recipe. For our first step, I'm going to take all of my salt and I'm going to put it into my water. And my water is hot. That's just going to help dissolve the salt. Just going to give that a little bit of a stir. That's perfect. So I'm going to take all of my flour and put that into my KitchenAid bowl. And then the water with our salt, get that right in there. Make sure you get everything out. And then we're just going to mix this. Speed number 1. Just going to mix this around. You can see that dough is really nice now. This is exactly what I want, you see? It almost looks like a curd cheese kind of texture, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Okay, that looks good. So let me just bring this out and show you what it looks like. It's exactly what we want. You can see that dough is very shaggy, and that is exactly what we want. So I'm just going to leave it like that for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to come back and we're going to take the Poolish and we're going to add it to our mixture, mix it all up, and make our pizza dough. So here we are again. This is 15 minutes later, and I can see that there's a little bit of a difference in our dough here. And the reason why you want to leave this sit is just so that it gets more hydrated, because it's just going to be easier to mix this into that. So now we are going to start off with our Poolish. I'm just going to move this to the side a little bit. So in part 1, where we were actually making this, I took the wrap off here and I just showed you what it looked like, and I'll just do that again. So this is Poolish. It's just a fancy name for a yeast dough starter. And you can see how nice this is. Look at this. If you watch the other video, you'll see the strands much better because I had played with it a little bit at the end of that video, but look at this. So this here is a 1-to-1 ratio, so this is, at this point here, is 100% hydration. Equal amounts of water to flour. So that's good, and now what we're going to do is we're going to start adding that to this mixture here. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit of it. You can see how nice this dough is. Look at this. Oh, this is so nice. Look at that. We're going to get that in here. Just get that in. And then just slowly mix it in. Just speed number 1. As soon as that's mixed, we're going to add another little bit. Okay, that's mixed around nicely, but I'm just going to grab another little bit here. You can just squeeze it with your fingers. Got a little bit on my machine. Okay, and then we'll mix that in. Okay, that's good. And then our last little bit. And yeah, your hands are going to get a little bit messy, but that doesn't matter. And then just get that right in. And just get it all in there. And I am going to mix this for a good 15 minutes. You can go 15, you can go 20. You know, you want to give it a good mix. Just want to get everything out of here. It's a little bit messy, but that's okay. Just get that all in there. Okay, and now I'm going to turn this on. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a timer on. I'm going to go, yeah, about 15 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
So I'm going to turn it on now, let it go. That gives me time to wash up my bowls, and then we'll come back. Speed number 1. So there we go. That's 15 minutes, and my dough looks amazing. So I'm just going to bring this off, bring our dough out. And if you're not interested in this method for making pizza, I have many videos on my YouTube channel where I do a very simple dough that you can make in one day. Very, very simple. So you can check those out if you want. I must have about a dozen of them. All kinds of different pizza videos. So there's our dough. Super, super nice. And that looks amazing. Oh yeah. And the smell coming off of there, just amazing. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to let this sit like that. I'll just use the same plastic wrap that we had. So I'm just going to cover that up. I'm going to let that just sit for about a half an hour, and then I'll come back. I just want to let it rest. So here we are again. It's about 30 minutes later. We'll just remove our little plastic wrap, and now I'm just going to get the dough out. And I'm just going to get down a little bit of olive oil. And get that right on top. Okay, and now what we're going to do is a little bit of stretching and folding. We'll just get a little oil on the top. I want to make sure my hands are oily. That'll keep them from sticking too much from our dough. And then we're just going to go flip it and fold it. What I'm trying to do here is get little layers of air into the dough. This is going to help with the crust when we bake our pizza. Flip over, flip, and then over. And you can see that dough already is starting to get a lot more smooth. So get over, just gonna flip, and just give it a little bit of a squeeze here. And you can see how much nicer this dough has become. And that oil is keeping my hands nice and clean. But look at this, and you can already see the little air bubbles coming through there. And that there is ready now. You can keep doing this until you feel the dough is kind of trying to fight against you. So I'm going to go just like that. That looks nice, just like that. And then I'm going to put it back into my bowl. I'm just going to put a little bit more oil in there. Just oil it up a little bit, just to make things easier tomorrow. Look at that, really nice dough. Just in those few little flips, you can see how the dough has changed. So we'll scoop that up. Look at that. And right down. And now I'm going to let this sit for about 30 minutes. I will cover it, and then it's going to go into the fridge until tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll see you tomorrow. So here we are. This has been sitting overnight in the fridge. I just brought it out about 5 minutes ago. We're gonna open this up and look at that. Doesn't that dough look amazing? Really nice. So at this point, this is the last part of the video. So I'm gonna get down a little bit of olive oil. Just use a little silicone brush to move it around a little bit. You can use olive oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, whatever you have, or a little bit of water. And then we'll just scoop this out. Just like that. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Okay, so we need about 386 grams on each. I'm going to do 3. I could have done 4, but I think I'm going to just do 3. Split this up. Just going to oil the top of my scale here so it doesn't stick. And what do I need? 383 about. Okay, so 386. So there we go. So all of our dough balls, I have just measured them out, so they're basically equal. So it's always nice to just weigh them out so that you know what's going on. And now, I just want to add a little bit of oil here. Just fold it over on itself. Just like that. And then I'm just going to spin it a little bit like you see me do in my other videos. Get a nice dough ball just like that. That looks good. I have a tray here. And I'm going to just oil my tray a little bit. Sorry, I'm off camera here. I'm just going to oil my tray. Don't forget to oil things, otherwise your dough will stick. And then I just want to get that dough right on there, just like that. You can see how easy our last step is. Flip it over. You want to try to keep the top as the top, fold it over, just bring it over. You can see the dough really wants to go that way. Scoop it up, and then as you turn, get some of that oil on your hands and turn. Just like that. Okay, we're ready to go. I'm going to put that next one on here, like that. Just going to get a little bit more oil on here. I can feel a little bit of sticky going on here. That's good. And then fold it up on itself. Just fold it in. Flip it over. You can see I'm getting a little bit of sticky here. I'm just going to add a little bit of oil to my hands. See how it changes everything with that little bit of oil on your hands? Just makes things so much easier. I can already see little air bubbles happening here. There we go. And that's it for this whole recipe. So what you can do now is you can leave these out. You're going to leave them out for about maybe 20 minutes. You just want to get them going a little bit, and then you can pop them in the fridge and you can use them later. And so what I'll do to finish off the video is I will take some pictures of the final product and also slices of it so that you can see what this recipe has done. What we're looking for is a nice airy crust, and this is what this little recipe will produce. So you can see some really nice dough balls here. If you find they're a little bit too close, to move your dough ball, you just want to move it. Rotate it to move it. That looks good. I'll just move this one over a little bit. Just rotate it. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? So I'm going to leave these out now for about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to put them in the fridge to relax, because you really do want to have this dough relaxed. It's going to help out when you later on when you push the dough out, and then it won't contract on you. So that's it. I'll end off the video with a few pictures of our final product. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. So as promised, here are a few photos that I took. You can see the edge of the crust is really big, and that is a good sign that the dough worked perfectly. So in this one here, you can really see how much that dough puffed up. That pizza looks really good just looking at the photos. I want a slice right now. And that is basil that I grew in my garden. You can check that out over on my Grow Like a Pro YouTube channel. So here's a nice photo of the inside, and you can see how airy that crust is. A lot of really nice structure in there. And the bottom of the pizza looks great as well. And as I said before, this is an advanced recipe. It's not for everyone, and I do have very simple recipes on my YouTube channel. So that's it for this really fun video. Thanks for watching. And please subscribe to my Bake Like a Pro YouTube channel, and also click that notification bell to be alerted every time I upload a brand new video. If you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. On the screen now, you can choose a video to watch, or you can also click and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you once again for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I really appreciate it.